Prof. It looks like...
Your Ladyship, members of the court, before my learned friend takes the position, it is still with regard to what we consider the non-compliance with order number 2 regarding access to the servers. I wish to report, as of this morning, nothing has changed. Iebc continue to refuse to provide the forensic image of all 8 servers. Your Ladyship, my lords, the 8, we've been using the word servers in plural, but I would like to refer to the affidavit of Mr. George Njoroge at page 11, which gives the name or identity of the 8 servers. Page 11 of the forensic report by George Njoroge, which gives the particulars of all 8 servers. Of those 8 servers, Iebc are providing only limited access to server number 5. I have mentioned with every passing second, an opportunity for the court and ourselves is being lost. With the limited access provided yesterday to server number 5, our team were able to observe a large number of deletions. So we suspect and we are concerned that the delay on the part of Iebc is to delete vital data, and when finally time runs out, not to provide the information that we require, or provide logs that have no use to anybody. So we are requesting that the court direct further that access, forensic access, be provided to all 8 servers, together with copies of logs for all 8 servers. I am further advised that the question of the forensic imaging is the one that takes time. It takes hours. It takes hours. So that needs to be given, that direction or that order needs to be given right away. In the alternative, perhaps this is the moment when the court considers extending time, so that Iebc do not do what they are good at doing, not providing, or providing when it is too late. So that is all I wish to mention at this stage, and I would like that the court addresses it before we start the day. Thank you.
Thank Mr. Gumbo.
A question?
Good morning, my lords and my ladies. My name is Eric Gumbo, once again. Let me start from saying that I think I'm quite perturbed by remarks from my learned senior counsel when he says that Iebc is not complying with the court order. That certainly is an inaccurate reporting. I think the most important thing would be to get an accurate and objective position in relation to this matter. It cannot be, because we've seen tweets, we've seen a lot of social media activity in the night, which is not accurate. And I think whatever was happening was that that report was meant to be for this court. It wasn't meant to be discussed in social media. I think there was already guidance on that. So even this narrative that is being propagated certainly is not for this court. And I think we take exception to that. But back to the critical issue, yesterday we did give an indication that whereas the order of the court was that the Iebc was to give a supervised access to the servers, that was then interpreted by the applicants to mean that they would get a copy of the whole server. We then expressed concerns with what that would mean, and we asked that the court then gives guidance so that as we proceed, there's clarity. That is really what we had hoped that we'd get this morning to enable us resolve the matter. Certainly, it is not to take away the server from Iebc. I'm most obliged.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the court, may I say this? That issue was discussed by the full court this morning. We received a full report from our technical team that was leading the exercise at Iebc, and we have been informed that the process of compliance was completed last night. In fact, when we were here and Mr. Paul Mwangi was saying that the process had stalled, we received a message soon thereafter from the team to say the process is heading to completion. So that as far as our team is concerned, the process at the Iebc is finished. The process at Forodha House is coming to an end shortly. And so the court has then asked me to express, in anticipation of this question, that should there be any issues left unattended to, or any concerns that parties have, let those issues be addressed when you receive the report later this morning. You can address the question of what you're calling non-compliance. You can address the question of what servers you think were not accessed. You can address the question of the information that you received, your agents were there, and you, Iebc, can respond to say, what are your answers to the complaints by the petitioners' advocates, and then the court will ultimately determine what is the import of all the things you are saying. That report was meant for the court to make a decision on the issues you raised. So as far as we are concerned, that matter is spent. Please address us tomorrow substantively on each of the questions once you see the report, which is actually being prepared right now. That's all I have been informed to tell you by the court. I thank you, CJ. I thank you, Counsel.
Madam Chief Justice and the Honorable...
sorry, Senior Counsel. I think